All right, so this is what we have. A little crunch here. But this is the bad part. Right here. The tail broke completely off. But the good thing about it is it's sitting on there straight. It actually is straight up and down. It's just a clean break. You know what I mean? That's what you get with these Motion RC FMS EPO foam planes. You know, it's just a nice clean break, easily glued back together. And like I said, that's the only damage it took. It just, you know, it scooted right underneath that bar. You know, if that fence wasn't there, it would have stopped. It wouldn't have broke. But you know, it's like there's a magnet on that fence, and it literally just pulls my planes to it. The Tempest has crashed into that thing twice. The P-47 has crashed into it once. The little miniature free wing 64 mil Saber has hit that post. The MiG has hit the posts. So, you know, 20% of my planes have actually hit that Jersey barrier type deal. I wish it wasn't there. I wish when they designed that park that they didn't put that there. But it's there, and that's the way it is. That's what we're... another thing that I was just thinking about was a total rookie mistake. I was trying to land downwind. Didn't realize it until I thought about it more in my head, but I took off in a direction which was opposite from the way that I landed. So I should have been landing the way that I took off, and I didn't. So I had the wind to my back. Not a lot of wind, but it was enough to make it so that the plane wouldn't stop when it touched down. So fortunately, that's all it was. That's all that happened. Nothing else happened to it. Just this clean snap on the tail. I'm gonna throw some carbon fiber rods in it, and I'm gonna glue it back together with some good epoxy, and it'll become the strongest piece of the plane after it's done. But yeah, guys, that was it. I didn't even have to trim it when I put it up in the air. It was like pretty much already trimmed. I could have used a little bit of up down elevator. That's just the way I like to fly my planes. I like to let off the stick and it kind of goes down a little bit. It kind of noses down a little bit and it starts to decline. I like to fly that way better than having it, you know, like it's on rails. I don't know why. I think it's mostly for the landings because your approaches, it's automatically, you're already going to be coming in at an angle like that if you have a little bit of down elevator inputted into your radio and into the plane. So this flight, I believe it was just nice and straight. Didn't have, you know, a lot of down elevator. It was just flying nice and trim and nice and straight. I didn't even have to touch the trim buttons at all. It flew great with the flaps. Like I said, I'm sorry we didn't get a video. It was my bad, completely my bad. I had two cameras with me and I was just pretty nervous about flying it and didn't really think to start the camera or have my wife start the camera or start filming. So my fault, my bad. We didn't even break the prop. That's, I mean, just super tough plane. If like I said, if that fence wasn't there, they wouldn't have taken no damage. It would have stopped out in the middle of the parking lot there. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for now. I'm gonna fix. Yeah, it is fixable. I'm gonna fix it, and we're gonna get her back out, and we're gonna fly her again, because the only way that you can get good at flying a plane is to fly it over and over and over again. My problem is I should have started with prop planes, and I didn't. I started with jets, a couple 50mm Banana Hobby jets, and
Remember the first time you ever flew a plane?
Yeah, first time I ever flew one, I had a 50mm Banana Hobby Raptor, and
Also, there was a lot of other kids yelling.
and there was a bunch of kids yelling there, but I still didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I mean, it was good. It was flying, and then all of a sudden, I thought left would turn it left and right would turn it right on the sticks. Boy, was I wrong. All it did was sit there and barrel roll, and then it boom, smashed right into the ground. Totally destroyed it. put it back together like 5 or 6 times, still couldn't fly it. Then I started flying the 50 millimeter Sky Angel MiG, and that's when I really started learning how to fly on that thing. So that was my big problem, or big like issue, was that I should have started with prop planes, with like some type of a high wing trainer, biplane, something like that. And I didn't. I started with jets. So going from jets to prop planes, the landings are different. And those of you guys that know how to fly and have flown before, you guys know what I'm talking about. Prop planes seem to just float in. Like, it almost seems like they don't even want to come down. You almost have to stall them for them to come down. Jets, on the other hand, you point that nose down, you cut the throttle, and then you just ease her on in. And not to mention, this is a big bird too, so not only is it the first big prop plane that I've ever flown, but it's very floaty. And if you guys have a big plane like this, you know what I'm talking about. Big foam plane like this, it's very floaty. Like, I almost had this thing just like barely moving at all with the flaps, full flaps, and it was just like hovering almost. But yeah, guys, that's it. Crashed it. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna put her back in, put her back up in the air in a couple of days. Hopefully that ice will be gone off of that field pretty soon, and I'll have the whole field to play around with, rather than having only certain sections in which I can land on. The field might look big, but it's actually not very big. Most of the flying takes place over the wood line across the street, and down in the ravine on the left side. That's where most of the flying takes place. It's not actually over the field itself. Anyways, guys, that's it. This is kind of a long video to show you that I broke my plane, and no video of it. I would have liked to have gotten a video of that, because that would have been pretty good content, crashing the P-47. Not an epic fail, but just pretty much, even if this thing had brakes, I still wouldn't have been able to stop it before it got to that fence. Anyways, guys, that's it. I'm gonna merge these videos together, and I'm gonna put up one big video, and that's it. I'm out for the night. It's Dave's RC. Later, guys.